itself in 92. They may have to push the Red Wings to the brink of elimination tonight. Tonight's starting goaltenders are brought to you by Thrifty Car Rental, because it's your money. 26-year-old Vince Arriendo makes his first playoff start for the Red Wings. He's appeared in only 6 games in the NHL all year because of injuries. Tim Cheveldae is the backup tonight. John Casey, the 29-year-old from Grand Rapids, Minnesota, is back in goal for the Minnesota North Stars. He's faced 97 shots, or 32 a game in this series. He's backed up by Darcy Wakala. Dan Maroelli is the referee. Swede Knox and Shane Heyer the linesman. The off-ice officials from Chicago. The video goal judge is Paul Ryan. And this game from the Met Center that's sold right out tonight is underway. Neil Broughton, Gaetan Duchesne, and Ulf Dahlin have started up front for Bob Gainey's Minnesota North Stars. Steve Yzerman out with Gerard Gallant and Kevin Miller for the Detroit Red Wings, coached by Brian Murray, the general manager of the team. Vladimir Konstantinov back with Steve Chason on defense. Steve Yzerman, who had a terrific Game 3, his best of the 3 games, but he's been good in all of them. Out at center looking for the puck, Jim Johnson. Might be the best of the Minnesota defensemen. He, Tenorti, and Hatcher have all been strong. Dump the puck in deep. Darian Hatcher, 19-year-old who wears number 28, gets to center and flips the puck in. Konstantinov is back, and there's an icing call against the Minnesota North Stars.
I don't think there's any doubt in Bob Gainey's mind the fact that his North Stars have got to gain back the momentum that they so dearly lost in game number 3. And so what they have to do in this first period is not to lay back and simply play a defensive-minded game, but they have got to get their offense going and put some real pressure on the Red Wings.
From the time they took the 4-2 lead in game number 3 at the 8-minute mark of the second period, they barely had a scoring chance.
They laid back, they protected the lead that they had, and they soon found out that that was about to evaporate.
North Stars have Todd Ellick back in the lineup tonight. He was knocked out with sore ribs in game 1 after hit by Sean Burr, and Burr takes a run at him, and Ellick was down on the ice here, but Burr has the puck to the point. Racine's shot, Casey the save. Rebounds taken by Ellick. Mark Tenorti up the boards. Bob Dallas kept the puck in. A long shot is gloved by Casey. Flips the puck to the boards. Ellick's long pass from Modano just out of his reach. Ellick is back with Modano and Bellows, a line that haunted the Red Wings in regular season play. An offside call stops play, but Bobby Smith has been filling in for Todd Ellick since he's been out, and Ellick is going to the penalty box.
Well, this might prove to be interesting. Detroit, who finally got their power play going in game number 3, will have an early opportunity.
A roughing penalty on Ellick at 1:18 gives the Red Wings the power play. North Stars use the same lineup with one exception. Ellick is healthy and back in, so Mike Craig is scratched tonight. And the Red Wings, with the exception of flip-flopping goaltenders, use the same lineup with 7 defensemen. So there'll be double shifting, Yzerman, Fedorov, and Burr with the extra 2 forwards. Power play went 0 for 11 to start the series, then scored twice in game 3, now 2 for 17, as you've seen. And they dump the puck in. Jimmy Carson out with Bob Probert, who's in on the left wing against Chris Dahlquist. Dahlquist trying to go around the boards, gave the puck away. Shepard out front through the legs of Jimmy Carson. And Neil Broughton clears the puck to the point, not out. Nicholas Lidstrom keeps the play onside. Pass for Carson got by him. Lidstrom and Chason play the points. Carson, Shepard, and Probert up front on this power play. Broughton and Duchesne out killing the penalty with Dahlquist and Tenorti on defense. 1:12 to go in the penalty to Todd Ellick. Here's Bob Probert. Throws his weight at Tenorti, who didn't budge. North Stars get a break. Lidstrom couldn't handle the puck at the left point. Long pass for Carson, just out of his reach. Sergei Fedorov on the ice chasing the puck. Cleared by Stu Gavin, splitting the defense. This is a big kill for the North Stars, trying to keep the Detroit Red Wings from getting up the momentum they had late in game 3. Just over half a minute to go in the penalty to Ellick. North Stars clear to center again. Yves Racine, the hero of Game 3, who scored the overtime goal, to Bobby Dulles. He goes deep on the boards. Casey out to play the puck. Put it to the boards. Paul Yzerbaert is there. Yzerbaert outside the Minnesota four-man box. Less than 15 seconds to go in the penalty. Racine in front of the net. Fedorov couldn't tip the puck in. Johnson's all over him. They knocked the net off. Johnson still mugging Fedorov. Now he's pounding on him. Jim Johnson went at Sergei Fedorov, trying to get him off John Casey, and then mugged him.
We haven't seen an outbreak like that early in the hockey game in this series.
Mark Bureau and Paul Yzerbaert with gloves in each other's faces. The North Stars have shown incredible restraint in this series, always turning the other cheek. Bob Gainey said yesterday, if we're being pushed and shoved, we will respond. And that seems like a new attitude for this series.
Steve Yzerman has got a hold of John Casey's arm, so Casey's right involved.
Now Bureau trying to punch at Yzerbaert, and here they go again. All the combatants grouped together once more. Gavin threw Yzerman down. Yzerbaert has to grab Gavin. Bureau's throwing punches over top, trying to throw punches at Steve Yzerman.
Fortunate thing is here for the Red Wings, it's just the wrong guys on the ice for anything to break out. With Yzerman and Fedorov involved in this, that's very costly for the Red Wings.
With Yzerman being pounded, I have to think Probert on the bench must be seething.
You got that right. That just might have woken the gentle giant up. He didn't look too happy sitting on the bench.
Jim Johnson's in the penalty box, so is Fedorov. Now it's up to Dan Maruelli to settle this, sort out the penalties. Clearly the aggressor was Jim Johnson on Sergei Fedorov to get it started. There's some paperwork to be done, some equipment to be collected. We have a little time. We'll step away for a moment on this Molson Canadian hockey telecast from the Met Center in Bloomington. Jim Johnson was trying to keep Sergei Fedorov from tipping it, and he did. They tripped over Casey and went down, and well, let's have a look and see what happened. There they are. Now watch this. Well, Fedorov's fighting back pretty hard, trying to get up, throwing punches from on his back.
But when you saw the very start of that, Fedorov was definitely skating right into the crease. I thought that he was pushed, but he wasn't. He was skating through the crease.
Stu Gavin tosses Steve Yzerman to the ice, and that's the second time in this whole altercation. Look at the punches being thrown by Bureau at Yzerman. Second time that Yzerman's been roughed up. And one thing about Yzerman, Bob Probert seethes as he sees Yzerman being roughed up. The superstar Steve Yzerman has never, ever shied away from rough stuff. I mean, he's not a fighter by any stretch of the imagination, but he sticks his nose in.
That last shot of Bob Probert kind of comes out of something late night television. Alfred Hitchcock, he looked pretty mean and ferocious on the bench. Maybe he'll get a chance to cool off a little bit before the play starts. But once he gets on the ice,
I don't think I want to be in a North Star uniform for Bob Probert's next shift. And it'll be soon.
And I don't think I'd want to be Stu Gavin, Mark Bureau, if Probert was on the ice at the same time, because I think that's who he was upset at the most.
What he has to be careful of, obviously, is that he doesn't start running around and play right into the North Star's hand and take stupid penalties.
And I guess I shouldn't forget as well the fact that he might be upset about Yzerman, but he no doubt also saw Sergei Fedorov getting pummeled pretty good by Jim Johnson.
of this has happened at the 3:10 mark with 8 seconds left in a Todd Ellick minor penalty and no score in the game. And Marawali is still talking to the timekeeper. Still no announcement on penalties. This Molson Canadian hockey telecast continues after this. Without taking